So by now, you've probably already have seen this video of the old man who walks up to the police officers. They push him down. He falls, slams his head on the concrete. Blood starts gushing out of his ear. And I saw this video when it first came out, like somewhere on social media. And my first reaction was, oh my God, this is awful. This is just, oh great, just another display of police brutality. Awesome, perfect. But this video has recently resurfaced, not for the same reason that it originally came out to, display this police brutality, but because something has arisen that is extremely fishy about this guy. And in this video today, we're going to dive deep. We're going deep in this old man to see if this was, in fact, a hoax by this dude. And now I don't have a perfect conclusion to give to you at the end of this video. I'm just making this video to spark a debate, to spark conversation in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear your guys' opinion. And that's really what I'm making this video for. I'm not coming out and saying this is a complete hoax. I'm not coming out and saying that this is fake, more fake news. Although, I'll give my own opinion at the end of the video. But anyways, let's just get into it, dude. We got a lot to talk about. So a little bit of a backstory on this guy before we start the video. He's 75 years old. His name is Martin Gugino, and he's a known activist, and he's been seen around these protests. I got a video to show later of an incident that happened right before this incident. So let's just watch the initial video, and we'll just discuss it from there. So here we go. There's the blood. Move out of the way. So first off, this video happens really fast. It's hard to notice at first all the little details that have sparked this conspiracy theory. And first of all, I don't really like the term conspiracy theory. I think it has been demonized and used as a weapon to completely extinguish anybody's legitimacy in the media now. If you come out and say, I think this was fake, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, he's a conspiracy theorist, he's with Alex Jones, he's incredible, not incredible, but uncredible, not credible, illegible to be credible. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't really like that term now because, it's used as a weapon against people to delegitimize them. And I think we have the right to question everything we see, especially when there's this obvious narrative in the media being pushed every single day. So at first you can't really notice much. So let's play it again. We'll just play the incident part where he gets pushed. So he's like, walks up, he does this. First of all, come on. That was like the most gentle, lightest shove I've ever seen. And the old man's reaction, Martin Gugino's reaction, is so severe. And also these cops are like 4 feet tall. No one's mentioning how small these cops are. So let's just play this shove. We'll just go from here. Let's just play the shove. And he's stumbling back. Oh my gosh, I've lost balance. Here I go. And then he falls, hits his head. And it takes a while. I just noticed this right now. It takes a while for the camera to actually pan down to him. It's very interesting. We don't see it until he's actually on the ground right here. So interesting camera work. That is a reason. That's one of the little details where I can see some questions being arisen. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry my head is like covering his head, but we can see blood instantly pouring out of his ear, which is also suspicious. I've never seen an injury like this where, let's see if I can just get a better image of it. This guy's standing in front. I've never seen an injury, more particularly a head injury, where blood just starts gushing out of your ear. And I've seen this from different angles. It's really just his right ear where the blood is coming out of. I'm a big fan of mixed martial arts, the UFC. I've seen thousands of fights, thousands of concussions, thousands of knockouts. I've never seen someone get concussed or knocked out, head kicked, anything like that, and then have blood instantly start gushing out of their ear unless their cauliflower ear was popped. I've never seen anything like this. So that is a strange amount of blood. If you are a medical doctor watching this video, please let me know if you've seen anything like this, or even if this is possible. Now, I've seen in the comments someone claimed they worked in the ER or something, and they've never seen anything like this. I don't know, but this is also very, very suspect. So we'll get into the whole injury part of this conspiracy theory. So this is the creme de la creme of the theory that Martin Gugino staged this whole incident in order to cause controversy or to get police fired or to make a viral video of more police brutality, is that he used some sort of like Hollywood device that's used to make blood squirt out of a particular area. And now this was on Live Leak, and they're basically saying that there's a tube running from under the mask, which would be, I guess, this thick yellow tube right here. But although I've seen masks that have multiple bands, I'm not sure if this is one of those masks. And the blood is coming from the front of the ear right here, and it's dripping down like this. No blood on the sidewalk or back of the head. So all the blood that's being pooled is coming from his ear. And also, if you look right here, you'll notice this in the video every time you watch it now. There's a giant line, like a giant tube-shaped impression in the back of his shirt that runs all the way down in a straight line right here. You'll notice this in the video now. And people are saying that this is actually the tube it's like connected to like a blood pack in his like little satchel that he's carrying. It's going up in here into his mask. Perhaps they put makeup over it on his neck or whatever. That's what they do in like movies. Makeup artists will like cover the tube with skin colored like paint or whatever. They're saying that comes up in here through the mask into the ear. And it makes sense. It makes sense. You know, it'd be kind of hard to believe that if this big line was in his back, because that is what, you know, is very convincing to me that there's something fishy going on. And I've heard other theories that he has like a blood pack in his mouth that he like bites when he wants it to explode, and that is like connected to a tube going out. I don't really buy that theory. I think that one's a little bit too far-fetched. But I think something definitely is strange with this. So what do you think? Do you think this is a tube? Do you think this is an actual physical injury that he has suffered? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Okay, so this video that we're about to play is just the same video, and I think it's very important because it gives you like a new perspective, a new like kind of way to analysize this video, see it in a different, you know, we're actually looking for the details of what's going on here. And this is just, everything is wrong with this. It's very, very suspicious. It's very, very fishy. This video, all it is just slow motion. It's like reduced by like 50% or something like that. Just watch this. Let's break it down. So we have Martin Gugino, the two police. Here he goes. He's walking up to them. First of all, I think it's important to note that these police, they're all in riot gear, and they're trying to enforce a citywide curfew because of the protests and the riots. So I don't really think it's a smart idea to just approach marching police in a riot gear in the fashion, in the manner that Martin is doing it right here. So let's watch this in slow motion. He walks up to them, and he's holding his phone out. He's holding his phone out like this, and he's like waving it in front of them. It's like if he's recording a video, I don't think he's recording a video. I don't think you would record like this. It's like he's trying to cast a spell or something, you know, with a wand. So very strange. And this is like the perverted old man when he's trying to get like an upskirt shot of a little girl. He does like the I'm not looking, waving it down. Boom. And this is where, you know, as a police officer, you got to do your job. If someone's like doing something to your equipment, which is what the theory is, you got to, you know, you can't allow that to happen because there are hackers out there. There's people that want to mess with your equipment. They want to steal your credit card information. So he's waving his phone in front of their gear. And this cop says, no, what are you doing? And they all just go, hey, get back. Wop, wop, boogly, bop, bop, ba-ding, bop, boop. So from what I've read is that it is a thing for people to try to use devices to jam police scanners or police equipment. And this is an example of what, you know, he could have been using, or what people are suggesting that he was using, something like this for mobile phones. It can easily perform the function of an SDR receiver using an Android smartphone, which I'm pretty sure he was using. Because there's more photos of it where you can actually see him holding the phone clear. I don't think it's definitely not an iPhone. So something like this he could have been using. He is wearing a long sleeve shirt in the video, so maybe he has something running up his sleeve. I don't know. But this is what people are saying that he could have been trying to do. So that's that part of the theory. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So we talked about everything in the video that seems suspicious, that have led people to believe that Martin Gugino could have possibly have planned all of this all along to frame the police, to make a viral video of police brutality. So now let's get into the backstory of who this dude is. Now, this video was taken probably an hour or so before the main video. This is him causing a ruckus with some more protesters. People are angry at him. They're cussing him out. Apparently he was trying to, you know, rile them up. He came up to these protesters and he said, they asked him why he was there, and he said, "I'm just here for some fun," which is definitely a creepy and weird thing to say. So let's watch this video in its entirety. It's 1 minute 48 seconds. Let's watch it.
There he is.
So there's our boy.
He got a fucking helmet. I'm not even
Yo, what's going on here? Fill me in.
He said everything down here is for fun. What the fuck is fun about this shit? I don't see no fucking grill.
I was just crying. That shit was, yeah. No.
And I think he's looking to get punched in the face. That's what it is.
And lose their pension.
This shit ain't funny. I was just crying earlier. It was a moment of silence.
So let's get into it, dude. So my takeaway from this video is that this guy, Martin Gugino, he's old, 75 years old. He's a known activist, and he's out here saying that he's there for some fun. So that leads me to believe that he wants to see some crazy shit go down. He wants to see some chaos. I don't know if he wants to start the chaos, maybe, but I definitely think he has ill intentions. I don't really think he's there to, you know, be with this certain crowd of people. I don't know if these people are against police brutality. Well, I'm sure they are, but I don't know if they're with Black Lives Matter. So this definitely really doesn't help the case that he didn't fake or stage his little stunt. This actually favors the opposite, where this dude is obviously up to no good, which is strange because, you know, you're old man, just go home and relax, watch this on Fox News like everybody else your age, and scream at the TV, you know, go to bed at 6 o'clock, you know, just do old man stuff. You don't got to be out here with a bunch of high schoolers and college students, you know, protesting something that they don't really know much about in the first place. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. And, you know, like I said, he's a known activist against the police. This is based off of his Twitter account, which you can go to right here. It's actually private. These tweets are protected. I cannot see his actual tweets. You can go follow him at Martin Gugino on Twitter. But this was a screenshot from one of his previous tweets. F the police. So basically saying what this person said. F the police. This was 6/3-20, so not even that long ago. He obviously has his own political agenda. He's probably with Black Lives Matter, probably wants to defund the police. I wouldn't be surprised if there is defund the police stuff in his Twitter. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So this also doesn't help his case at all. honestly. And Donald Trump even came out and suggested that this dude, Martin Gugino, could be an Antifa provocateur. Now, I haven't really seen much evidence to support that he was actually in Antifa. I'm sure he probably agrees with everything Antifa does, but if I had access to his Twitter account, I would probably search for something like that. And Donald Trump got freaking destroyed by the media for doing this. Like, how could you? A 75-year-old man in Antifa? Antifa is normally 13-year-old nutrient deficient kids with purple hair. This dude is not your typical Antifa supporter, Donald Trump. How dare you? But I think he's onto something. And honestly, I don't think Trump is just sitting there scrolling through videos. He comes across this video, then tweets this. I think he has a team of intelligent people who, talk to him about this stuff and inform him that this could be what this guy was doing. They've seen stuff like this before. I don't think this is just Trump taking a dump on his phone at 3 o'clock in the morning, tweeting this. I'm pretty sure he has advisors telling him about, this guy, and I'm sure they've researched who he is and, seen all of his, previous stuff that he's done with activism. So I honestly, it's a bold statement by Trump, but I think he is more correct on this one, even though the media will tell you that he's an insane clown, but I think he's more correct than false. So here is another image from a different angle of Martin on the ground. This is a better angle. You can see that there's 3 straps on his face mask right here. On the other side, there's 1, 2, and 3. The blood is pooling on the right side, not the left. Here's his phone, definitely not an iPhone. And here's his satchel, which is suggested that could have something in it, like a blood pack or whatever in there. Motorcycle helmet, which he was holding in the previous video. Another thing I'd like to add is that in this video, he's wearing a face mask, where in the other one where he played, where he was antagonizing the protesters, he wasn't wearing a face mask. So something fishy going on there, definitely. So this next video, I think, is very important to support Martin's case, to support his side of the story, because it's shot from across the street. We get a much wider and more, unique perspective of the whole incident. We can see the big line of police officers. I heard it's like 57 police officers or something like that. They're all in a line. They're enforcing the curfew, and we can see Martin is over here. He's going to come in on this side of the frame, so we'll see it, and we can actually see him falling and hitting his head in this video. So let's watch it. So there he is. And they push him, stumbles, and boom. So that definitely looks like he's for sure hitting his head on the ground right there. For sure. Yeah. Can hear it too. Boom. Yeah. That definitely looks like he hit his head. Can hear it. It's just, that does not seem like a natural fall to me. It looks like he's like, it just looks like a cartoon. It looks like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It does not look like a natural fall. Like to where you smash your head that hard on the ground from that fall. It just does not make sense. If that's like the kind of fall you would do if you got, hit by a NFL linebacker, dude. It just does not look natural to me. With like that, with as light of a push that was, it looks like I don't like saying this, but it looks like he deliberately fell in that way. I'm not saying he slammed his head purposely on the ground. I mean, if you're a psychopath, you might slam your head on the ground like that. This is just extremely fishy. Although it definitely looks like he slammed his head on the ground right there. That's all I gotta say. And there's people saying that the police, how could they just march and just continue without him? But I honestly think they're not supposed to attend people and give. Also, I've read that the person filming from the other angle across the street from the original footage that we have seen, I've heard that was actually this dude's friend who works at a local radio station. And I think we can see him right here This is him right here recording. And it's interesting, like, if this was indeed your friend, wouldn't you, like, run up and try to help your buddy who's profusely bleeding out on the ground? Zero reaction from him at all. And he's also recording, like, from his phone. I originally thought that it might have been a bigger camera in the original footage because of how slow he, like, pans. But, like, you're holding the phone in your hand. You'd think you'd be able to just whip it and keep the guy in frame who's falling and being pushed by the police. But no, he waits till after he falls and then slowly pans over. Very, very interesting stuff. He's right here. And now he pans over. Very interesting stuff. This actually looks like the exact same spot where the other video, besides the other video where he was antagonizing the protesters, this looks like the exact same spot from earlier because we can see these big cement globe thingies. And so maybe he's just been hanging out here for a few hours, and then the curfew passed and a lot of the protesters went home, but he stayed, and this is what ultimately resulted. So my final thoughts of this whole incident is that, I'm a firm believer in when there's smoke, there's fire. And there's a whole lot of smoke with this scenario. There's a lot of, suspicious things going on. We have a dude who's anti-police, extreme activist. I don't know about extreme, but he's definitely an activist, anti-Trump. He has his, specific leftist political agenda. Bunch of weird things with the face mask, the tubing theory, the blood pooling out of his ear specifically. His lawyer has actually come out and said that, he's actually suffered a fractured skull, but he is in a stable condition. It's just a lot of weird things going on with this story. 75-year-old man, just for sure stay at home, dude. And for sure, when you're past a city or state issued curfew, when you pass that curfew and you're walking up to a line of marching policemen in riot gear, don't expect them to, give you head scratches and a back rub with the, essential massage oils, Expect to get your ass beat or get thrown in jail. They don't know what you could be doing. They don't know what you're holding. They don't know if you have a bomb strapped to your chest. Just listen to the police. Don't resist arrest. Don't try to, wave your phone in front of their equipment, acting like you're trying to hack them or disrupt their radio frequencies. It's just, all of this could have been avoided so easily if he just, was smart. Which makes me think that, he had different, intentions than what we all think, So don't trust the media. Investigate the stuff for yourself. Come to this YouTube channel, Weendog TV, or, whatever this YouTube channel is. And, let's just have a discussion in the comments. I want to know what you guys think happened in this video. Do you think this was a hoax? Do you think this was fake? Do you think this guy is an imposter? Is he a POS? Is he a fraud? Is he I don't know, but he looks kind of creepy in that picture now that I'm looking at it. What does that even say? Donald Trump, close Guantanamo. This shameful icon of imprisonment without charge or trial has been open for 6,210. I don't know. All right, anyways, thank you for watching this video. Share it with your friends. Subscribe, like, comment. Remember, I'm not providing any conclusion, although I do side with, the more conspiratorial version of the story. Let me know what you think below. That's it. All right. Ending the video now. It's hot. My man boobs are sweating. And, all right. I'm just going to end the video. That's it. I'm just clicking stop right now. Bye-bye. Bye. Just going to hit stop now.